Go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 2 of Bar Madness, where we're going to take not only the second round, but we're going to go to the third round as well. So we'll have everything pared down all the way to the Elite 8. So without further ado, we're going to go to the round of 32. The first matchup in the Smithton region is Franciscan Funky Junction and the Copper Barrel. When we filled in the brackets last night, I don't remember writing copper, the word copper, so many times in my life. It's kind of sickening. So I'm really tired of the Copper Barrel. Franciscan Funky Junction, you gotta think late night fondue. Franciscan Funky Junction, it just rings true. Franciscan Funky Junction moves on. And while I'm writing, forgot how to spell my name. This may take a while if I do this.
You're fine.
All right.
All right.
The next round, we've got the Chinese Gibberish versus TK's Hideaway. Well, before we moved on, we tried to get a translation for this, and I think we came up with one.
托尼是个酷儿。
I didn't mean just to read it. I want to know what it's supposed to mean, what it says.
Tony's a queer.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We can't have that kind of language in our house, and it's definitely not going to be the name of the bar. TK's Hideaway will move on. It's a lot different when I'm writing and doing this because I feel like I'm being watched, and I think I am. Okay, third round in the Smithton division. To move out to the Sweet 16 is the Think Tank versus Prairie Lake Cellar. Pretty cool, the Prairie Lake name.
This is a close
Yeah, very close, very close. The Think Tank, you know, when you go down there, you have some bourbon, and you start thinking. You think you can rule the world. Could be dangerous. I think we're going to pull Prairie Lake Cellar out on this one. And, sorry, I don't write any faster. Next,
right.
we have a forfeit. As everyone can see, we were not going to tolerate KKK. It's ridiculous. Bar Aperto, as you remember, already moved out to the Sweet 16. That rounds out the Smithton region. Let's go down to the St. Louis region and see what. And I did not let you know we do have a studio audience tonight. We've got these three clowns. I think you might recognize some of them. As we go to the St. Louis region, we've got the Pub on Prairie versus the Copper Pig. Well, I did tell you how much I was hating writing copper. The Pub on Prairie, pretty cool, right? I mean, everybody agree? I know Kathy did, and that's really all that matters. The Pub on Prairie. Oh man, I need some support here on this board.
Hold on.
Oh. Oh boy. Next,
Okay.
St. Louis region. The second game, the Prairie Pub and Barnaby Jones. That's Barnaby Jones. I don't even know how that got through the first round, to be quite honest with you. Who was a pair?
Got a pretty good
It was
laugh.
paired up with Rusty Nail, and yes, I just remember I had bad visions of stepping on a Rusty Nail as a kid. That's how that happened. But I tell you what, Buddy Ebsen was an old man when this was videoed, when his show was on, and I think he's passed on.
Gone.
So has his name. We're bringing out the Prairie Pub. Next, Copperhead Bar versus the Brass Knuckle. You know, you think about it, the basement is full of copper. Brass is a close second, a little more yellow, not quite as orange. I don't think that as much as I've used brass knuckles in the past, I'm thinking Copperhead Bar needs to move on. The last matchup to get to the Sweet 16 in the St. Louis region is Clean Slate versus Bermuda or Bermuda. You can say it either way. Both are about right. Depends on the side of the tracks you're on. Clean Slate, we really like that name. However, it seems like you've made mistakes in the past, and now you just need a clean slate to start over. Kathy and I, we were thinking, and we couldn't come up with any mistakes we've ever made. So, I think as another upset, Bermuda out to the Sweet 16.
This was definitely an upset.
Again. All right, so we've got 8. We've got half our field for the Sweet 16. Now we're going to move over to the Waterloo region. And let's see what we have in store this time. We've got the Copper Room versus the Hideout. Well, I kind of like the Hideout. I think Kathy and I talked about that. Copper Room, you know what? It is a copper room down there. It's kind of tough. And we like to incorporate the copper, but the Hideout just seems so Jesse James-like and a bit mysterious. And so we feel that the Hideout was the candidate to make it to the Sweet 16. The second game of the Waterloo region is the Copper Cavern versus TK's Copper Shop. Again, if I had a full head of hair at the start of this, I'd be bald anyway, because Copper Cavern, Copper Shop, Copper this, Copper that. Of the two, I think we have a TK's Hideaway that's already made it out into the Sweet 16 of Smithton region.
Yeah.
We do like that concept. However, the Cavern, we're down in the basement. It's dark. I think the Copper Cavern is going to move on. And I hope whoever's watching this still has, God dang, that's horrible. Still has teams in the field, or I'm sure you'll be deleting the video. Next, we have the Venetian Barazzo against the Anxious Haitian. Well, both of those were kind of, first off, let me say, we like the concept of taking like the stubborn German. Now, if only, first off, Haitians right now, they're in a bad way. The turmoil in their country, the government's been overthrown. Port-au-Prince is in total disarray. These poor bastards have been building wooden crafts to sail over to the United States for their freedom. They're battling sharks. They're battling just dehydration. It's ridiculous. Most of them won't even make it, and it feels like we're making fun of the Haitians. So it's obvious that the Venetian Barazzo will have to move on.
No, the anxious Haitian. Wait, hold on.
Hey,
Hold on. We got breaking news here.
what's up?
What's that?
You want
The anxious Haitian is not the anxious Haitian.
What is it?
The anxious Italian.
Oh, hold it. Where's that ticket?
Hold on. Got it right
There's
here.
no way. Somebody write with their toes? What's it say here? Oh, is it in view?
There it is.
Yep. Hold
There
it.
it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, yep. You can
Now
kind
I
of
see
see
it.
it if you squint and take a shot of tequila. I can tell that it might say Italian. Okay. Well, the report has it that it was supposed to be anxious Italian. Well, knowing that, and with my heritage,
change that.
I think that as we were just about ready
Yeah.
to send Venetian Barrazzo out to the Sweet 16, it appears that
The anxious,
anxious
Italian.
Italian is moving on. That is crazy. All
And
right.
that's a play on
Stubborn
stubborn
German.
German. Yeah, okay.
And it's also
Okay.
a play on the anxious Haitians.
Oh,
The last matchup in the Sweet 16 is 82-42 Underground versus TK's Lounge. Third TK's that's been entered in the
Yeah.
field. One's moved on, one's fallen. What's the fate of the TK's Lounge? Well, we're kind of liking the Underground feel. It just feels a little mysterious, a little Hogan's Heroes like. So the 82-42 Underground is moving to the Sweet 16. Next, we've got the Copper Corner versus.
oh, wait, that's the Waterloo region, right?
Oh yeah,
there.
that concludes
Okay.
Waterloo region. So the final four matchups this evening will be from the Burkesville region. We've got the Copper Corner versus Rozelles. Now, Rozelles really had a weak matchup in Club Cha-Cha. And they snaked through. Did they have the legs to make it through to the Sweet 16? Yeah, the answer is no. Rozelle, we'll have to see you some other time as the Copperhead Corner moves on. Next we have, oh, for God's sakes, the Copper Cask versus the Underground. Well, we already talked about the Underground and how that, we kind of like that feel. Copper, the C and the C, again, like that whole alliteration, but I'm afraid that the Copper, or the Copper Cask is going by the wayside, and the Underground is moving on. The last matchup, oh no, I lied. It's not the last matchup. The second to last matchup in the Burkesville region is Waterloo's Waterhole versus Copper Cellar. Yeah, it's copper everywhere. It's copper everywhere. We're going to pick Waterloo's Waterhole to move on. Right, that right?
Yeah.
And lastly, we have, oh, who would have thought? Copper Top Saloon versus the Hangover of Hanover. Now, that's a mouthful. That's if we were to name the bar the Hangover of Hanover, I think we would only have what, one mixing strip to put on the. So
Yeah, I overruled you on that one.
yeah, I know. But we thought it was extremely clever, the funniest one we had. But the saloon, swinging doors, pretty cool. But I was overruled, and the Hangover of Hanover moves on. I show the audience there.
I wonder if we should do a separate video for the next one.
How long is this one?
I can't tell. Oh, 14 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll be
All right,
right
we'll be
back
right
with
back with
the Sweet 16 matchup.